Hey guys, welcome back to Abroad Canadian. So guys, in today's video, I'll be talking about Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. So there are mainly two reasons on why I'm making this video today. So first one is Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program Human Capital Priority Stream. This is a program which is aligned with Express Entry System. It doesn't require a job offer and you can apply even if you have Canadian experience or you don't have Canadian experience at all. And the second reason is that last week on June 3rd, 2020, the latest draw came out and the lowest CRS score that was invited was 358, guys. Yes, you heard it right, it's 358. So I thought let's make a video on this and share the details on what are the requirements for this program. So just go through the video, and if you have any doubts, let me know in the comment box below. Before I proceed, please consider subscribing to my channel if you want to get updated regarding latest informational videos on Canada immigration and lifestyle. And guys, do hit the like button if you like the video. Without wasting any more time, let's start the video. Hi guys, this video is about Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program to immigrate to Canada in the year 2020. And under this program, I'll be talking about human capital priority stream specifically, as it has low requirements as compared to other PNP categories under this program. We will start with the overview, followed by the eligibility criteria to apply into this program, and in the end, I will give you a list of NOC codes and CRS scores that got invited last week on 3rd June 2020. Let me first give you a brief overview of what this program is all about. Human Capital Priority Stream falls under Ontario's Immigrant Nominee Program. This category will give you an opportunity to apply to permanently live and work in Ontario. You will need valid Express Entry profile to apply into this program, as this program is aligned with IRCC's Express Entry system. Before you apply for PNP, you should receive an application of interest from the province of Ontario. I will explain more on this later in the video. Let's move on to the eligibility criteria in order to apply into this program. First one is work experience. Work experience will depend on the category you are applying under IRCC's Express Entry system. As you can see here on the CIC website, for Canadian experience class, you need 1 year of work experience in Canada in last 3 years. And for Federal Skilled Worker Program, you need 1 year of continuous experience within last 10 years. Second requirement is education requirement. You must have a Canadian bachelor, master's or PhD or its equivalent in another country. And if you have completed your studies outside of Canada, you need to get an education credential assessment report that proves that your education is equivalent to a Canadian degree. Here are the list of 7 organizations designated by IRCC where you can get your degrees assessed. Third is language requirements. For this you will need Canadian language benchmark of 7 or higher. Next on the list is settlement funds. So here is the list of settlement funds that you will require if you are applying under Federal Skills Trades program. For one family member, you will need around 12,960 Canadian dollars, and for two family members, you will need around 16,135 Canadian dollars, and so on and so forth. Important thing to note here is that you will not need to show any proof of funds if you are applying under Canadian experience class category or you have a Canadian job offer. Next one is create a profile under Express Entry system. As I explained earlier, this program is aligned with Express Entry, so you will need to have a valid Express Entry profile in order to apply. Next requirement is an important one. So when you're creating your Express Entry profile, you will need to select all provinces and territories or Ontario as your preference. So as you can see here, you have a list of all the provinces in Canada. You can click on Ontario and all provinces and territories for this application. Next on the list is intention to live in Ontario. This is also very important because if you have any kind of connect with the province, it improves your chances of being picked and receive a notification of interest. Connection can be in any one of the following manner: working or have worked in Ontario, getting a job offer, or applying or interviewing for jobs, studying, volunteering, leasing or owning a property, visiting or having a professional network or family ties and personal relationships. So if you're linked with Ontario through any of the above mentioned points, it vastly improves your chances of getting a notification of interest. Now let's discuss in brief about the application process. You will have 45 calendar days after you receive your NOI to apply into the stream. You can apply for the application on the OINP e-filing portal. The cost for applying this is around 1500 Canadian dollars. To apply, you have to go onto the home page of OINP Human Capital Priority Stream. Scroll down on the page where it says Submit an application. Click on that and it will bring you to this page. Select New Applicant here and then select Ontario's Express Entry Human Capital Priority Stream. Here you will need to enter your name and date of birth. After you enter it, it will ask you to create a one key ID. So you will need to create that before you can proceed further. Click on sign up now. Here it will ask you to choose a one key ID, password and security questions. Make sure you remember all the answers for your security questions and your password for future reference. After filling this up, click on sign up and use the same one key ID to create your profile in the e-filing portal. Now let's talk about the OINP latest draw that happened last week. So in total, 699 notification of interest were issued to candidates with either Canadian or foreign experience. Here is a table which lists the date and time of number of NOIs issued, date when the Express Entry profile was created, CRS score range, and notes on which stream was targeted. So in total, 167 NOIs were given with the CRS score range as low as 358 to 439, and this was given to the candidates who had Canadian experience in a priority occupation, whereas 532 NOIs were given with CRS score range of 471 to 500, and the targeted draw was candidates with one or more year of foreign experience in a priority occupation. Now let me show you the list of NOCs or priority occupations which were selected. The list includes financial managers, service managers, advertising and marketing managers, accountants and financial auditors, health practitioners, dietitians and nutritionists, etc. So guys, that's all for today's video. If you have doubts in any of the steps that I explained, do let me know in the comment box below. If you have any suggestions on what should I make in my future videos, do let me know as well. And please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Abroad Ka Indian. And until we meet next time, bye bye.